Good morning, YouTube. We are finally back with my 2016 Kawasaki Vaquero. Quite a few people have asked, and there it is. It is finally done. The wheel's been on for a while, but it was my first time doing anything like this, so it was a little bit of trial and error. But it's on. It's on there correctly. I'll just give you a quick walkthrough of what it takes and what I did. Lower triple tree, upper triple tree are from Brian Vini Designs. They come with an all balls bearing kit. Once you remove all the stock hardware, inside the top of the frame and the bottom of the frame, there's a metal bearing race. Those have to be removed. I chose a long screwdriver and a 5-pound sledgehammer. Knocked those out. Put the new ones in a freezer overnight and kind of put those in. Got all that together and rode it around for about 600 miles, and I kept having this problem, that problem, where the fender was hitting the bottom of the headlight bowl. I had some problem with the forks. When the bike was up on the stand, the wheels would move, or the forks would rock a little bit. So I took it to a local Harley shop. It's a custom shop. The guy doesn't do just Harleys, but DD Customs in Lakeville, Illinois. He knew exactly what was wrong with the bike. What he had to do was he removed both of the triple trees, and on the top there's one shim on the neck bearing, and on the bottom there's two. He did that. The forks don't walk anymore. And he also disassembled my front forks, and he put 2.5-inch aluminum bump stops. So now when I hit a large bump, instead of it kissing the top of my unpainted fender, it makes a very startling knocking noise. But I'm 100% okay with that versus damaging the fender anymore. My fender is fiberglass, so when I paint that, I plan on just, sanding that down and filling that in a little bit. The wheel is a 26-inch Rotation Industries Juno wheel. I also did the floating rotor, and anyone that knows these bikes, there's two rotors from the factory, so I did a single side. I wouldn't call it a conversion, but single rotor, single brake line. I did a build your own brake line kit, and I'll put a link in the description to the video. It actually came as just the line and then the fittings, and I kind of made it myself. I was able to cut it to length and everything, and that worked out extremely well. As far as the rideability with a large wagon wheel, because I've had this thing called a wagon wheel so many times in the last month, I don't know. Just this week alone, I actually picked the bike up 2 weeks ago. And I've put over 1,500 miles on it in 2 weeks. I did a long 300-mile ride over the weekend with my mother. She didn't really have any complaints other than it was a long ride for her, but the bike handled fine. It rode great. Yeah, you're going to lose some turning clearance, I guess, if you will, but in most cases there's plenty enough room to maneuver. In worst case, you got to push it forward and pull it back. It's not a big deal for me. Me personally, I like the way it looks. That's pretty much it. Triple trees you need. To do a 26-inch or a 23-inch wheel, you have to have rake triple trees. You have to have a wheel, obviously. Rotors are up to you. A lot of guys use stock rotors. I chose the floating rotor. You'll need a fender. You'll need extended brake lines. And some time. Originally, when I put the bike together, I had some help from my wife. All in all, it maybe took us 5 hours to get the triple trees on, the new wheel on, and the brake line made. So, and that's in my garage with basic tools. One of the forum members let me borrow a stem nut removal socket. It can be done without it, but I didn't want to tear it up, so he was nice enough to let me borrow that. So that was it. My fender is a Bad Dad Competition Series fiberglass fender. It is extremely thick. It's very durable. I'm very happy with that. I was going to go with the steel fender, but I didn't want to buy a steel fender and then have to do body work, so I chose this. This thing, aside from the nicks that are self-inflicted, is smooth as glass, and no, it is not painted. Not yet. That is the color that it came in. So here's just a quick update on the bike. I've got a couple other things that I'm working on right now. We got a 621 Cycles Tour Pack that just came in the other day. So we're going to get that painted. We're going to get the fender painted. And I think we're finally going to get this dialed up a little bit. Take that off and sand that down and paint it. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll leave links in the description for Brian's Triple Trees. I'll leave a link to DD Customs. And I'll leave a link for the fender and the build your own brake line kit. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.